Hi, everybody. Welcome back to my show, Topics of Conversations. And today I want to go ahead and refocus back on me. I know it sounds bad to go ahead and say, uh, yeah, I'm just going to talk about me, but I want to talk to you about a couple of things. And I don't want to sway away from my story. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you a couple of things. With my family, it being extremely large, um, I'm pretty sure there's many stories of many different kinds coming out. Uh, Not just coming out, just that, that things that go within a family. And it's unfortunate because when I look back at my family, yeah, I had some fun and what looked to be happy cousins and nieces, nephews, stuff like that. Um, yeah, we have some good ones and some not so good, and it's unfortunate for my other family members to have gone through the things that they've gone through, and so mine is not just my story, it's the story of many. And I'm not just talking about my family, I'm talking about of so many. And so it is very, very sad. Um, what I am going to say is I've seen just about more than 20 psychiatrists in about a 30-year scan, not scam. And sorry, and I've seen so many psychiatrists, and they all pretty much told me, yeah, write it down, start writing a book, keep a log of things that you can remember, and those are things I did, and so that was good. But they also told me, well, these things that happened to you was this, and we need to find out why. And these things were done to you and by this person, so we want to know, and how can we get to the why? Because uh, they want people to go ahead and be able to quickly heal and move on, and it works. It really does work for a lot of people. But again, like I told you in another show, mm, my suffering lies elsewhere, and the things that I feel and go through um, is very much internal, and it's very much external. And it's when I think about the people that don't believe me, um, and it's not that they should or they have to, um, but when they're people that mean something to you and they're not bothering to take the time, and I love everyone in my family. I do. I loved all my siblings. I've loved my parents at one time. Um, I still love all my cousins and nieces and nephews and uncles and aunts and but can you just listen, and could there be no judgments? Because it's just my story. And sorry. Um yeah, it's just my story. It's not yours, and I'm not asking you to respond, and I I just sorry, you know how I deal with my anxiety. I tend to a little bit shut down a little. Let's see if I can rev myself up. Veronica's back. Yay! So the psychiatrists have told me this is in the range of molestation. Okay, this is in the range of rapes. This is in the range of the abuse, mental, the physical, the emotional, whatever. All these, and then you go a little bit higher, and then you have things that's considered torture. Um, Rape is also a part of torture, and I mean, I was 5. Um, I wasn't in the streets. I wasn't a walker. I it, I wasn't getting paid for nothing. So yeah, it just wasn't my thing at 5. I just wanted to be a 5-year-old. So, but that's considered in the boundaries of torture only because of not just the one, but of the more than one. And so yeah, and another part of torture is I think when parents when you're going overboard, like I could spank my kids. Like I said, I got 5 kids, and I have spanked all 5 of my well, all 4 of my kids, not all 5, but all 4 of my kids, and and but they were spanked moderately spanking. You no, don't touch. You don't do that. No, the kids they gotta learn boundaries. I mean, how else are they gonna learn? But yeah, we didn't get that. We got heavy hitting, heavy hitter, whatever. It's just yeah, we just didn't get hit. Got hit a lot. And so, yeah. And then there's, when I tell this to people, a lot of my friends back in the day, they'd be like, what the hell is wrong with your family? I mean, what's wrong with your parents? Are they like crazy or something? And it never really dawned on me way too much about how crazy they were. I just didn't want to have to live there. I just didn't want to live this life. And so it's just one way my parents used to torture us is this is late at night. I'd say it's around midnight. I don't remember time wise. Like I said, I'm 5. I just, for me, I remember, I know I keep referring back to 5, but I'm meaning in the time that we lived in our little house. So 5, 6, 7, and I believe it was 8 or 9 that we moved to California. But yeah, I know it'd be nighttime because everybody was in their beds and all lights were off and everybody was going to sleep. And my mom used to put a cheese grater in the corner in the hallway, and we would have to kneel on the cheese grater, and that's on those little spiky ones that pretty much is like for coconuts and stuff. Anyway, um, we would have to on, kneel, kneel on that for an hour. If we cried, we had to stay longer. If we fell asleep because we were just kneeling against, we were kneeling against the corner of a wall, so our face is just focused on the wall. And so yeah, we would have to kneel on that for an hour, and it was very painful. And a lot of times I cried. I know I did. I know I've been spanked afterwards because I cried too much. So I know I cried. And then we were told to go to bed after that. And so I I always had a lot of scratches on my knees, of course. um, and so I used to play with my knees a lot because they always had scabs on it. And so I always just kind of like pick at the scabs. I know that sounds gross, but yeah. So that was one thing my parents used to do that was considered torture to all of my psychiatrists. And and like I said, the rapes were also a part of torture, um, mainly because, of course, the pain, um, the age, uh, the things that were happening to me. Um, I I was made to kiss like like it's like I was part of a relationship, um, with this person, and to do all these things, and you can't stop it. Nobody's walking in to stop it. Um, and I remember being in those positions, and I know the first thing I would do is, as you can see, I would zone out. And I tend I tended to teach myself to just zone myself out of situations. It kind of felt like, when people say they were hovering above, watching their body or whatever. Um, yeah, I used to do that. I used to imagine me somewhere else, so maybe the pain wasn't so much, or I didn't, of course, like what was happening to me, and so I I I shut down myself. I set myself somewhere else. Um, so I had that. If you're all wondering what I'm doing down here because I'm moving and stuff, I have my little squishy ball thingy. Um, when I tend to talk about things of the things that I talked about, I do tend to get a little bit nervous and anxious, and I have a hard time talking about it. So I will try to get out things, and 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 hopefully in the process of this show continuing, hopefully, yeah, um, that I'll be in a place where it's it's easier to throw out there. Um, hmm. So so yeah, those are a couple of things, and we'll talk more about me, and so I hope you come back. I'm hoping more people share so I can get my voice out there, and I probably seem weird to people or silly or okay, so why is she talking about herself or why is she doing this? And even though I've kind of told you pretty much the reason why I'm doing this is to go ahead and get it out of me, all the things that I've been through and stuff. But I also do want to do this to help someone else. And if I can, then that's freaking awesome. That's fucking shit. And so, yeah, and um, it may not be what you're thinking it's gonna be or that you thought it was gonna be, but for me, it's hard for me to talk and say a lot of these things and but um yeah, so come back, please share, please like. I can't go nowhere unless it's with you guys, but I'm gonna go ahead and end it today. And Alexa's far away from me, but Alexa, play Savage Love. Savage Love lacks Siren Beat by Josh685 and Jason Derulo on Amazon Music. Every night and every day. Yeah, I suck. I told you. I'm all dyslexic. Oh, piercings? Girl at Popeyes asked me, what kind of new piercings did you have? And I showed her my hands. And she was like, oh, damn. And she goes, I like that. Don't get it. Don't get it. No. No. Every night and every day, I try to make you say, but you're savage love. Did somebody break your heart? Looking like an angel, but you're savage love. When you kiss me, I know you don't care to, but I still want that. This savage love. This savage love. This savage love. You can use me. Cause I still want that. This savage love. This savage love. This savage love. You can use me. Baby. Oh man, did that suck. See, that alone makes you think, I gotta come back. This girl's fucking crazy. And I lost my squishy thing. See? I suck. It's okay. It's okay. I'll be fine. Come back. Please come back.